Hey guys, Dave again. Welcome back. So hopefully you guys saw the bear video, the bear gun video. That one was pretty fun. But in this video, I thought we would talk about sort of some of the gun legislation that's making its way through. I know some of this hit yesterday and the day before. We're just a little bit behind on it. But let's talk about sort of what's going on and what we're seeing there. So if we take and we look at House Bill 1446, which just passed the House and is headed to the Senate. That one's the Enhanced Background Checks Act of 2021. Now this thing. So basically, what's this bill do? This bill extends the amount of time that background checks can take from 3 business days to 10 business days. Now, back when we had the Brady bill and you had the 5-day waiting period, like all of that made sense. It was very cumbersome back then. Now we have immediate checks. So they're digital, they go through quickly. So if we take, I'm gonna go ahead and we look at the process, 89% of all background checks right now are processed immediately. 89%. So, and we'll use some stats from 2018. They're kind of well rounded out. They're easy to present. So in 2018, there were 26.2 million background checks. 89% were done immediately. So roughly 1% of all background checks were denied. So give or take about 180,000 of them were denied for reasons. If we take a look at that, of people that applied and were denied that shouldn't have applied, there were only 12 prosecutions totally of all those people. So if we go ahead and we break this down even further, so of that 26.2 million applications that were totally put in, 276,000 or roughly 1.05% took longer than 3 business days. Now, if we look down into that, of that 276,000 that took longer than 3 business days, there were 3,960 that were deemed illegal or wouldn't have passed. So as the law currently stands, you go in, you run your background check. If it's not returned within 3 business days, then the gun shop can sell you the gun as if it had passed. So there were 276,000 that met the 3-day criteria where they could sell the gun. Now, most major retailers and whatnot won't sell it to you even if that doesn't come back. They have to get a cleared background check. That's just their policy. So while theoretically this is possible that 276,000 guns were sold, that's not how it worked in reality. And then when they went and did a deeper dive, only 3,960 of those, which was a number so small my calculator started doing all that nonsense. So really I think it's 1.5% of 1.05%, whatever that works out to be, that would have gotten through the system. So out of 26.2 million. So now the FBI, once you submit the background check, assuming you don't get the instant approval, continues to investigate these for up to 88 days. After 88 days, they have to be purged from the system. I feel like the FBI can get it figured out in 88 days. If 89% on the front side are done instantly and approved, like we're not dealing with a whole lot here in the grand scheme of things. So it's just, I feel like this bill's a solution in search of a problem. Let's get into some more fun facts and I'll explain to you why I sort of come to that conclusion. So this bill also doesn't change any of the investigative approaches that the FBI takes to mitigate any of that. It just extends the period of time arbitrarily. Like what happens in 10 business days that doesn't happen in 3 business days? Most people on average that own a firearm or are purchasing a firearm own other firearms. So they own multiple firearms. This, in all reality, if your guys and your premise is to prevent, crimes of passion or immediate harm, this doesn't really stop that if you already own firearms in the house. If you decided that a firearm's the way you're gonna go, not a knife, not a car, not a poisoning, not all the other ways that you can kill people, because apparently in the world of this, you can only kill people with guns. So if you decided that a gun's it only affects first-time gun buyers, because the other people own guns. So I don't understand that one either. Also, when we take and we look at guns and how long guns are in the system before they're used in a crime, so that average amount of time is 9 years. So most guns used in crimes have been out and about in society for 9 years. I don't think 3 days versus 10 business days is really going to stop a whole lot. Currently, if you do get a gun and let's say your background check exceeds that 3-day window, and you get it on day 4 because the FBI couldn't get your background check done for whatever. The FBI continues to investigate that. And those 3,960 that got their guns that shouldn't have, those people got referred to the ATF, and the ATF went out and reclaimed those guns. Like they go out and they follow up and they go get the guns back. They're not like, oh, that guy got one ahead on us. Oh, good for him. No, they follow up and they come back to get the gun. Like it's not just, oh well, Billy the felon got a gun and hope he doesn't do bad things. No, that's not how it works. So, and then the last sort of, the last piece that we're sort of going to take a look at. So Robert Hand, he was a lead author on a review of firearm laws and the effects, and he looked at this in 2005. So, I mean, it's a little older. But they found that the evidence of effect of waiting periods on suicides was inconclusive and found insufficient evidence for determining the effectiveness on violent crime. So people have tried to look at this, and they've tried to corroborate the claims of these crimes of passion, and people are just out buying a gun and then they turn around and go out and shoot people and kill people. They haven't been able to find a definitive link to the two. So when I say it's a solution in search of a problem, it's not really a real problem. I mean, when 89% are already getting approved, I don't think we need another bill here. If the FBI is struggling in any form or capacity, hire some more agents to get this done. If you look at tax stamps, that thing takes forever. Like, get some more agents to get more of this processed. It's clear that Americans want guns and that they're buying guns, that in 2018 they bought 26.2 million guns. Like, bolster the system and fix the issues there. Don't try to restrict it on the front side. The problem isn't the front side, the problem's the back side. Your system's not as efficient as it should be. Though for a government system at 89%, I'm very highly impressed. I mean, you don't see the government get a lot done well, and they're doing it here. So this bill's really nothing but another erosion of 2A rights. It's another one of those death by 1,000 cuts. I'm gonna say it again. I'm gonna beat the horse. Write your congressman, write your senator. Really, it's your senators at this point. The House of Representatives has already passed it. So get to your senators, let them know that you're not behind this, you're not in support of this. It's really just an inconvenience. It's not stopping any crime. It's not helping anything. It's a solution in search of a problem. All right, guys, I hope that made sense. I'll get down off my soapbox now, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.